Now I want to talk a little bit more about your another identity. I think you have three identities, right? That's what I understand. One is a co-founder of Zynga. Another is a full-time angel investor that you were, and then now is a president of Playco. So now I want to talk about the second identity of yours, which is angel investor. So after you left Zynga, you started to become a full-time angel investor. Could you tell us a little bit more about how that process was, how you became a full-time angel?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember having a moment where I just decided I'm going to start angel investing. I think what happened
Mm,
was I worked with all these really great people. And I was always interested in starting new things. And then all of a sudden, some of them started leaving and they were doing new things. And it was just like a way to continue working with people that I really liked
mhm.
and be involved with whatever they were doing when it wasn't Zynga anymore or and so that's just sort of how I got started. And so I would say I stumbled into it
Mm,
initially, being surrounded by people that were doing interesting things. And then I realized like it's actually it was a very interesting time to be starting to invest actually
mm.
about 10 years ago because there were a lot of angels, but it was still sort of manageable and there weren't so many as there are now. And like a lot of really great companies were getting their start around 10 years ago. I mean, it's
When
like
was the year that you started investing angel as like an angel investor?
maybe 2010 or 2011. So about 10 years ago.
Okay,
Uh,
what that time were you at Zynga or?
yeah, I was still at Zynga. The first three
Right,
years I was
right.
in, I was still at Zynga. Yep.
Okay, so another really important question that I want to ask is, should a founder actually invest in other startup while they're founder of one startup?
This is a tough question, right? I think most investors would tell you no
Yeah,
because they want to be focused, right? Um, I would say it depends on there's such a broad spectrum of investing, right? And you can learn a lot from investing, and
right.
it depends on investing is something. It depends on what they're getting out of it. Like if you want your career to be investing, if you want to have a fund and run a company at the same time, that's pretty difficult to do. I mean, they're full time jobs, and to succeed in angel investing or seed stage investing in a really big way now requires a lot of dedication.
Right,
And so it depends on what their goals are. Like
right.
they just, if it's like a sort of side project where you're just thinking about something because you want to be mentally sort of stimulated by learning new things in other areas that you're not working on in your main company, and it doesn't take up that much time, then I mean, fine. But I guess ultimately it's such a personal decision. And I'll just say, like, by the time I was making angel investments at Zynga, I mean, the company was over 1,000 people. So
Right.
it's not like if I spent 3 hours talking to somebody, it was like we were reducing the overall output of the company at that point.
Right.
So I guess I would say it also depends on the stage, but for me, like the right reasons to angel invest are the best reasons for me personally. It's just like it's to learn and it's to build your network.
Mm.
And so like
When
you
you
only get
say learn, is it to learn from other, great passionate founders in the valley, or also it sounds like to stay relevant in the market? What do you mean by learn from, angel investing while you are founder of one startup?
well, I mean, eh, it's like you can almost live sort of parallel experiences, right? You can never actually put
Oh,
yourself in the shoes of a founder and know
mm,
everything they're going through. But if you really do your best to help people and they trust you, then you can get involved in a lot of the key moments of a company, and you
mm,
can live through these moments that when you're starting your own company, you only get to go through them once in a while. And so you can start to build up like a better muscle memory for how to approach some of those moments. And so it can make you a better operator, depending on how involved you are. And there's certain interactions that you can get a lot of practice at. And so it's not just in sort of like learning about the markets, which is great. I mean, you can go and work with people who are experts in a market that you're not, and you
mm,
can learn a lot from them and then help them with whatever knowledge you have about whatever area you have expertise in. But also, like, there's just sort of muscle memory you can get on these different, like, when it comes to raising a Series A, if you're an angel investor and you
mm,
help your startups raise their Series A, well, then you're going to get the experience, some experience
It's
of
true.
raising Series A 50 times, and that's really helpful later when you have to go raise your Series A, right?
That is so true. Right. Yeah, I actually had an image of a founder. They shouldn't, invest in other firm because you should use all your capital and, money, time, everything into the baby that you're creating right now. But sounds like if the stage is right, or if you have, some time to commit to other things, you should definitely start, investing in other firms.